high school finalist, Great Bay, China.
Whoa. Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so excited to be on the stage again to present. I love this stage. Okay, so we are Great Bay, China, and I'm Leo. To start off our presentation, let's first have a look at these three pictures. Cat's drowning obsession. The very thing that causes cats to act like this is the magical plant CATNIP. It's a plant that allows cats to go extremely high without any addiction. And behind it is the essential ingredient naphthalactone, or more importantly, its precursor, naphthalactole, that brought all these miracles to us. The latest method of obtaining this chemical had been plant extraction. It's a method that costs a lot of time and at the same time, inefficiency occurs. So intrigued to this chemical, we, the team Great Bay China, decided to synthesize it through microbial engineering. And this brought up our project, the CATNIP. So in order to grasp a comprehensive understanding of this chemical, thorough investigations are carried out, and it appeared that besides synthesizing naphthalactone, it's actually much important in the medical field. Its downstream products are immense in numbers, and most of them possess important medical and economical values. So if we can actually synthesize it through biological approach, we can create a shortcut to the de novo production of all these chemicals. So we drew out our metabolic pathway as this, having noticed the profound benefit. Due to the fact that E. coli is much efficient in the production of geraniol than yeast, geraniol being the precursor of naphthalactole, and that the last three enzymes of this whole metabolic pathway belongs to the P450 cytochrome protein family, which mostly function eukaryotes. We split the whole pathway into two parts. The pathway before geraniol was put into E. coli, and the rest containing the P450 cytochrome protein families into yeast. And now, a culture system is a necessity in order to facilitate the future fermentation of these two organisms. And we drew out our metabolic pathway draft as this. With the presence of a carbon source, the geraniol produced by E. coli can be transported into yeast by transmembrane actions and act as a substrate to produce naphthalactole. By now, our project has successfully evolved to become a microbial compartmentalization assisted naphthalactone ingredient production. And again, it is CATNIP. Thank you. And three questions remain distinguished, awaiting us to answer. First, how is geraniol produced? Then, how is naphthalactone produced? And finally, how could we create a stable co-culture system? And now I would like to welcome Alexis to introduce more comprehensively our project to you.
Thanks, Leo. In order to obtain the microbial CATNIP, the first question we need to solve is how to engineer E. coli for the production of geraniol. The biosynthetic pathway of geraniol starts from acetyl-CoA, the product of respiration. Acetyl-CoA is metabolized into IPP and DMAPP through either the NEP pathway or the NVA pathway. Then, two enzymes GPPS and GES would metabolize IPP and DMAPP into geraniol. Since E. coli naturally harbors an NEP pathway, theoretically, upon the introduction of only GPPS and GES, E. coli would be able to synthesize geraniol. Therefore, our first strategy was to express GPPS from fur and GES from sweet basil in E. coli. But unfortunately, with this strategy, we failed to obtain any detectable titer of geraniol. So reviewing the biosynthetic pathway, we realized that it was probable that the native NEP pathway of E. coli was too inefficient, so we supplemented a heterologous NVA pathway as well. Expressing the NVA pathway alone, the strain yielded a titer of 5.65 milligrams per liter of geraniol, and combining the NVA pathway with GPPS and GES, the yield doubled to approximately 11.37 milligram per liter, according to our gas chromatography analysis. So, mission complete, and we move on to the next target, converting the geranium produced by E. coli into nepotalactol using an engineered yeast. To accomplish this goal, 3 cytochrome P450 need to be expressed. They are GAH, GOR, and ISY. So we transferred the 3 genes from vinca into yeast and have enriched the culture with geranium. But disappointingly, we found out that using this method, no nepotalactol was produced. So what has gone wrong? We researched literature and found out it was very likely crosstalk happened between the introduced pathway and the native yeast metabolic pathway. The crosstalk has led to loss of carbon source to the formation of strong products like citronil instead of nepotalactol. So we used CRISPR-Cas9 to knock out one of the promiscuous enzymes named OYE2. And after OYE2 deletion, our yeast strain has yielded a small titer of 1.26 milligram per liter of nepotalactol from geranium. And at this moment, we have obtained a yeast strain with 3 native genes knocked out. In the future, with this strain, we should be able to obtain even higher titer of nepotalactol. And now, let's welcome Wei to explain the design and modeling of our co-culture system.
Thanks, Alexis. With the strain of E. coli that can produce high yields of geranium and the strain of yeast that can transform geranium into nepotalactol, the thing we're going to do next is to put them together. We're gonna create a co-culture system of these 2 stages containing the full synthetic pathways of the nepotalactol. So generally, our co-culture system will contain 3 things: E. coli, yeast, and the carbon source. Traditionally, glucose is used in the mediums as the carbon source. However, this design creates a problem for our co-culture system since we all know that yeast will produce ethanol when glucose is available. The ethanol produced will severely inhibit the growth of the E. coli, making the whole system unsustainable. In order to solve these problems, we use silos to switch glucose as the carbon source for our co-culture system. E. coli itself is able to metabolize xylose and produce acetates during the process. The acetate produced is inhibited to its own growth. Yeast, on the other hand, is not able to metabolize xylose. It can only depend on the acetates produced by E. coli as the only carbon source. During this process, no ethanol is produced. So this design helps us solve the problems of ethanol and reduce the inhibitions caused by acetates on the growth of E. coli. Still, interspecies ecology can be hard to understand. In order to know more about our co-culture system, we derive a set of ordinary differential equations to model its behaviors. Given our purpose to produce nepotalactols and the compositions of the co-socia, our model can be built up into 3 parts: the growth of microbials, the production of geranium and lactose, and the inhibitions caused by these products on the growth of microbials. After we have built the model, we conducted a real co-culture experiment and obtained the growth curve of E. coli and yeast. The results we gained from our experiment data fit the results predicted by our model, both of which has a dominant E. coli populations. So this means that our model in a way kind of help us better interpret the behaviors of our co-culture system. We then run a global parameter sensitive test on our model. The result shows that increasing tolerance rate of E. coli towards our end-product geranium and lactose can significantly improve the behaviors of the co-socia. This provides us with further insights on how to improve the co-culture system. So, with the co-culture system being built and started, Our basic lab design of biosynthesis naprolactose has come to a full conclusion. Now let's have Alexis back to talk about the improvements we have done to this system. Alexis?
Thanks, Wei, for the explanation of co-culture. Now we have completed all 3 modules needed to produce the microbial CATNIP. But it's not yet the end of our project. Why? Very often, the product yield given by such a co-culture system, or literally all microbial production, will flow or fluctuate in complex environments. And when the culturing condition has been changed, or when the heterologous pathway has been inserted into the genome, the gene copy number would change, causing this huge variability. So in order to obtain a more robust co-culture system, we still need more engineering. And it was then an inspiring tool has came into our side. A promoter that is able to maintain constant gene expression level regardless of conditions like gene copy number. It is called the transcription activator-like effector stabilized promoters. And for short, it's tau stabilized promoter or tau-SP. And it is the work of Professor Christopher Boyd from MIT. The mechanism behind its stabilization is incoherent feed-forward loop. While gene copy number accretes gene expression, it also elevates the level of repression towards gene expression. And when the effect of the positive and negative regulation cancels out, the gene expression level would become independent of its copy number. So tau-SP sounded just the perfect tool to be used in our project. And Professor Christopher Boyd has given us many useful suggestions regarding the use of tau-SP, and we decided to try them for our geranium production modules. But before, there were only 5 tau-SPs in the library, so we decided to first expand this library. We did it through mutating the up elements and the negative 10 region of the existing promoters according to the pattern shown by the J23 constitutive promoter family. Using this way, we are able to obtain 6 more stabilized promoter. Besides, we also created a tau-stabilized version of J23119 through the addition of an up element, tau binding site, and of course the genetic circuits encoding for the tau. So now, the promoter library has a total of 12 members, and we characterize all of them using GFP on high, medium, and low copy vectors. We have compared the fluorescence, the yield, relative to 3 members from the J23 constitutive promoter family, and according to our flow cytometry data, all tau-SPs has noticeably unified the GFP expression across different copy number. Next, we selected 3 representatives from the tau-SP library having high, medium, and low strength respectively. We combined them with our enzymes GPPS and GES and have put them on a low copy vector and transformed them into the E. coli already having the MVA pathway. And after the fermentation, we found that the medium strength tau-SP was the best, with the yield averaged to 85.5 milligram per liter. And after, we decided to integrate this combination into the E. coli genome. And after the genomic insertion, we found that the geranium yield has remained relatively unchanged. The yield was 94.5 milligram per liter. And it was an exciting 9-fold increase compared to the initial title we have. So now let's have a quick summary of what we've achieved. We used E. coli to synthesize geranium and has used yeast to convert this geranium into nebutalactone. We have created a neutralistic equilibrium of E. coli and yeast. We used tau-SP to improve our system, and last but not least, we expanded this tau-SP library for the use of future iGEM teams. Next, let's welcome Charles to introduce our human practice.
So now let's ask ourselves a question. Can synthetic biology solve any real-world problem? Or can net-lactose be applied to any real-world scenario? Hold this question in mind. I would like to share you a story first. This lady here is Li Fenghua, an ordinary citizen in Beijing. In the year 1996, she noticed a few stray cats in the neighborhood, finding every trash bin to get a piece of food. On that day, she made this commitment of feeding cats, which lasted 20 years. Ever since she retired from the company, feeding cats became her daily job. And so, day by day and year by year, she had rescued more than 300 stray cats in the community. However, Ms. Li revealed us the difficulties in her rescue. The public is not always friendly towards stray cats, probably because they are considered to be annoying. Cats' population expand in rapid speed. Their cries disturb many families, and their studies suggest that stray cats is a cause of disturbing the biodiversity. So, like Ms. Li, the current method of controlling stray cats is TNR, which stands for trap, neuter, and return. But Ms. Li tells us that trapping, is still difficult because the lack of awareness of many people and also the stray cats are too sensitive towards humans. Having known that this process is difficult, we donated and raised this amount of money to her. But we realized that money is simply not enough. We have to help Ms. Li a method that can benefit in the long term. So in our applied design, we transfer our molecules in our test tube into products in the real world. We have our genetically engineered E. coli and yeast in a co-culture medium. We can produce net-lactose. So we will allow the fermentation to happen in a large fermenter to reach the industrial level production. After that, we can simply add a suitable organic phase, let the mixture sediment, and extract the oil from it. But we now have to think of a structure that can hold the net-lactose. So let me introduce you our hardware, which is called Kitty Wonderland. It has to fulfill two purposes. First is to attract and trap cats. Secondly is to provide cats a comfortable and safe shelter. We actually built a demonstration, but we can't bring it here. So check this video. We incorporate a small fan on the roof and made 49 posts to facilitate the diffusion. We also made a sensor on the roof. So if a cat steps in, a message will be sent to the local rescue team. They can check on their phone. Once confirmed, they can push the button and close the door. Then they can come immediately and pick up the cat. So this is a lovely design. But behind the scenes, we went through a long process to get here. This is done by different public engagement with different stakeholders and experts. We collaborate with different teams. We investigate the social problem of stray cats, and we really talk about synthetic biology to other people, and with the central idea to get the public acceptance of synthetic biology. Innovatively, we hold an activity in Shenzhen Maker Fair called Design Your Kitty Wonderland. We teach the younger children about basic concepts of synthetic biology, and they drew their understanding about it. This girl wrote, "I really like synthetic biology, and I think my cats like it too." And I was very touched at that moment because I know what we are doing is worthwhile. And more younger children can know what synthetic biology is, and they can contribute in this greater community. Also, we also filmed a series of documentaries exposing the problem of stray cats and our solution about it. It is posted on popular media, so it can reach a broader audience. At last, safety has always been our top priority. Apart from following strict safety discipline in our lab and project, we also think about safety beyond the lab. For instance, in our applied design, we isolate the electric apparatus so that cats won't reach them. We did various improvements in our applied design, so we consider the safety about our cats. We originally think of an idea that to test on the net-lactose, the effect of net-lactose on cats. but we inquired many authorities about this idea, including HQ. Thanks to them, who reminded us the potential threat to animals' well-being. So we carried out the experiment, then we followed by different investigations and feedbacks with different stakeholders, from government to street officers. Now I would like to reinforce our achievements. Besides Alexis had mentioned about our project, we also deeply investigate the social issue of stray cats and reach out to the public in various ways. We considered and learned about safety, and we provided our solution with synthetic biology to the problem of stray cats. In the end, our team realized that doing synthetic biology is not just fun, but it can be meaningful. Carefully act, it can be powerful and significant in making this world a better place. We sincerely hope everyone can care, love, and respect each life. Let's welcome our team members. Thanks to them, we can make this whole project possible. And thanks to our advisor and all the experts we consulted. So, thank you and for your attention.
Please welcome undergraduate finalist SZU China.